There is a video that surfaced today that is just so hard to watch. This is a suspect in a high-speed chase. Police had apparently subdued him. Look at him on the ground there. You wait till you see what is about to happen. This guy looks pretty compliant. He wasn't clearly if he was letting cops chase him, but there he looks.
Once they had him stopped, he was listening. They're barking out commands. You'll hear this and you'll see it. He's fully complying. But for some reason, he ends up with a dog gnawing into his arm, released by the police. So
I mean, you hear the police, you hear it happen. There's a lot to talk about. Watch this.
Hey, get on your knees now. Get on your knees.
Quiero Diaz. Quiero Diaz.
Hands up. Manos arriba. Manos arriba. Okay, lift your shirt up. Hey, stand up. Stand up. Still.
Please stop it.
Go to the ground. 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 Roll on your belly. Roll on your belly. Roll on your belly. Do it now.
It happened in Prescott, Arizona, back in May, and the body cam footage is now being released because there were a lot of questions about why the dog was used here. And Harvey, the police explanation that we've gotten so far is that they feared that he was going to flee again. This again is at the end of a high-speed chase.
But he didn't. But he didn't.
And even though
and he didn't. He surrendered, and that's the thing. You may fear it, but he didn't. He was. Right. He had surrendered.
And more to that point, Harvey, I'd say even if they were afraid that he was going to run, once the dog, even when the dog was on his arm, he was complying. He was yelling at the dog, yelling, and they said, "Go to the ground." He went to the ground. Even with the dog gnawing on him. So at that point, get the dog off of him.
Well, here's my question. A couple of things. Number one, what would have satisfied the police that he didn't do so they wouldn't release the dogs if they were afraid that he was going to flee? He was on his knees. They told him to stand up. He was in the process of standing up. He was complying. He was doing what they said. There was no evidence watching that video of him in any way attempting to escape. It was the opposite. He was complying with the orders, and they released the dog.
Yeah, and part of those orders being to lift up his shirt. I mean, they checked to see if he was, they wanted to see if he was armed, and everything that he showed them was that he was not armed.
Now, the other thing, Charles, is this, that, Reagan, roll that again, because when they released the dog, let's just assume for the sake of argument that they had a right to do that. Don't they at that point then have to go up and subdue the dog and subdue him and grab him? They watched it and let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought that was the whole point.
The excuse that they thought he was going to run again, he was on his knees when they let the dog go. So I think that's kind of BS. I do think that we need to say that this, I know we're saying high-speed chase. I mean, this thing was dangerous. He tried ramming police vehicles. They fired at his vehicle a few times. He hit another person's vehicle. That person luckily only had minor injuries. But it all kind of led to this. So who knows, maybe they thought he was a risk just because he had tried so hard to get away. But he was on his knees when they let the dog go.
Well, that just means he wasn't trying to flee. Look, if he did all that stuff, he'll be charged with it and prosecuted for it, for the high-speed chase. But you reset when somebody surrenders. And when they surrender, then you act appropriately based on them surrendering. And I don't get it. And again, they're watching him with the dog as he is clearly in a position where, you know, just get this dog off me and handcuff me.
By the way, we should roll this after they have him in handcuffs. He's very aware of what we are all seeing in this video. Listen to what the suspect said to police once they had him in cuffs.
Grazing or something.
You guys need your pay back?
There, it's right there. Stay right there.
Huh? Why did you guys let the dog get me?
Yeah, he's got a graze right here to the top.
I was already down, bro.
Something in his arm.
Up.
What's this in his leg?
You guys shoot me
The dog got him.
7 times. Then you guys get the dog, get me. That's all. I was afraid of you guys.
Shine it right now. Yeah.
And look what you guys did.
Yeah.
So that's
he went on-
it is interesting. This was after George Floyd, Charles. It was late May.
It was, I think, before.
Ah.
I think it was before George Floyd. But there was also a part where you hear him saying that
I'll
he
sue
can't
you.
breathe, and also that he's going to sue. And yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, right now the police say they're investigating this. It's just I don't know. It's just it'll be interesting to what they say because he's being prosecuted.
Yeah, and I just don't know what all the rules of engagement are with when you're using a canine unit. But it just seemed once he was, even if you needed to send him out, once he was down, I don't know. You can have the dog stop chewing on him, I guess.
I'm Juanita Joe Fox from Atlanta, Georgia. I would be traumatized if a dog bit me, chased me. I'm so traumatized as a child because the boys used to have the dogs chase me after school. So just to see that, it hurts. I mean, it's sad. I mean, it should be a better way of doing something when someone is trying to be captured by the police. That is horrible. That is horrible. I'm traumatized from it.
Yeah, it is tough to watch.